It is. Had a never-ending round of students today.
No, shut up.
Okay, Jaden, grab the papers out the back.
What do you mean they're in there? You're not in.
Okay, so
Which one are we doing first? This?
we're doing a little notes page like we always do first.
This mask gonna be hot.
So on here, the very first thing is we're matching the two equations. Okay, this is not anything new. It's just a reminder about the distribution. Okay, so what happens with that number that's out front of the parentheses, guys? What does that number out front of the parentheses mean?
Multiplication.
It's multiplication. So we got to multiply by everything inside there, right? Okay. So if I multiply this 3 times the 2x, what would I get? 6x. Okay.
You gotta do the one too.
So we've got, yep, so 6x, and then 3 times 1 is
3 times 1 is 3.
3. Does it affect this 15 on the other side? No, it only goes to what's in the parentheses immediately behind it. Okay, so which one does this match?
4. Oh, really?
So A and F match. All right, so now
Oh, you gotta mention more.
you got to match them up. Yep, so this one, simplify it. Combine all your x's together first on this side, right? Because I've got 2 x's and then I've also got minus 4 x's on the same side. So how many x's do I have on that side?
2.
2. So I'm left with 2 x's. Does that change this 3 right here?
No.
No. So 2x plus 3
But it's negative.
equals 3x minus 2. Oh, it is negative 2x. Thank you. Okay. Which one does it match?
B.
B. So C and B match. So on the E down here, okay, so we've already matched B and F on this other side, right? And A and C. Okay. So right here, this minus sign separates the 6x out front here, okay, from this negative 2. This negative 2 is the only thing that gets distributed into this parentheses, not the 6x. The 6x stays 6x. So what is negative 2 times x?
Negative 2x.
Negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 1?
Negative
2 negatives make a positive 2. Okay. Is that simplified all the way yet?
No.
No, we've still got those 2 x's on the same side. So 6x minus 2x is what?
4x.
4x plus 2. So which one does that match?
H.
H. So E and H. Okay. So, okay, so G and D, you think match? There's only ones left, right? But let's double check and make sure. Okay, so we've got this 2 gets multiplied to everything in the parentheses. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times -2 is -4. Okay, and then I've got 3 times x on the other side, 3x plus 12. So does it match?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So we matched all of them. Oh. We didn't solve them. We weren't being asked to solve them yet. We were only being asked to match them with a simpler version of them. Okay. Okay. Jaden, head up for me. And put your mask on at least. Make it look like you're making an effort to have it on. So, on on this one, what did the directions say for this? Does it give me directions?
No.
It says on 1 through 4, match the algebra tiles to 2 equations. So we already matched our equations at the top, right? We matched them all. We need to match these pairs with which algebra tiles represent them. So A and F say 6x plus 3 equals 15. So which of these, 1, 2, 3, or 4, is 6x plus 3 equals 15?
6, 8. Oh, 3.
6x's, but I've got -2x's. So I'm going to erase my work up here. Y'all good with my erasing my work so we can see? I need to see these problems.
4.
Okay, so because look at how that it's grouped, right? That's what I was going to show you. Okay, 3 groups. Oops. 3 groups of 2x plus 1. So here's 1 group, here's 2 groups, here's 3 groups of 2x's plus 1, right? So A and F both match number 4. So which pair matches number 1? Problem number 1. Which one has 2x's plus 3 and -4x's?
Number 1.
Well, 1 does.
Yeah.
C and B?
Yeah.
C and B match 1. So which one matches number 2? Everybody agree? Mm-hmm. So G and D match number 2. So which set are we left with for number 3? E and H. Does it make sense? 6 positive x's, 2 negative x's, and 2 1s, right? So E and H. So this is just a refresher of the distribution and how those are grouped. Okay. So I've got 4 groups of 1x minus 2. So 4 groups of 1x one positive x and 2 negative 1s. So how many do I have all together there? My pen's been slow today. Right? So do I have 4 groups of 1 positive x and 2 negative 1s?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what's going to be on my other side?
16.
16 positive 1s. How do I solve it from here?
What do you mean?
Well, I have to finish solving it. So now I've got all my tiles there, or I've got it all simplified somewhat.
Oh.
How do I get all my x's by themselves?
Oh, you supposed to put. Yeah, you supposed to X out by putting the same amount on the right side. So you do that, X goes out. Then you do the same thing for that side. So 16.
So if I've got 8 negative 1s here, right? So I need 8 positive 1s to cancel those out?
So it'll be 24. 24 of those. They all negative.
Not negative. No, I'm using the red pen, but
On
they're
the left
positive, right? Because these are negative on this side, right?
That's what I'm
These,
saying. On the left side.
yeah, these are negative.
That was supposed to be negative on the left side.
Nope, because I've got to zero them out. Okay, I know you're on the right track, Zachary. But remember, these are negative over here, so I've got to do positive to zero them out.
Oh, I thought you supposed to. I thought you supposed to zero those out first.
I want to zero out the side with the x's because I want the x's all by themselves.
Mm.
If I zero out the other side, then I'm not getting my x's by itself, right? So these all canceled each other out. So I have 4 x's. So I've got 4 x's equal, how many on this other side? How many did you
24.
say, Zachary? 24.
20.
Okay.
Folded by about 24.
So how many is in each group?
7.
Just 6.
6. Yeah.
There's 6 in each group, so x equals
6.
6. Okay. So that's how it's done with algebra tiles. I know we're moving away from the algebra tiles, so can I erase this work so I can do it algebraically? Are y'all ready for me to erase my drawing?
Yeah.
Any nays? I hear all yeses. I just want to make sure I don't hear any nays. Okay. So if I'm going to show my work without drawing the tiles, I know our notes say to draw the tiles. Okay. So it says to use algebra tiles. But we're trying to move away from that, so I did draw them there. But now I want to show you how to do it without the algebra tiles, right? So just like we did at the top, distribute that 4. So we've got 4x minus 8 equals 16. What did we have to do to cancel out this negative x1s?
With the same side. Like the same amount.
The same amount, opposite signs, right? So those canceled. We got to do it to both sides.
Well, you adding or subtracting?
Well, this is a negative 8 plus a positive 8.
No, I'm talking about on the right side. Or
On this side? Yeah. Well, I had to add plus 8. So if these are plus and these are plus, then it's plus, right? That's why we had 24 over there. Then we divided both sides by 4, which gave us 1x equals 6. Okay, so that's how it is done algebraically without having to draw all the tiles out. Can you do it either way still? Yes, you can do it either way still. If you're still more comfortable with the tiles, then draw the tiles. That's fine.
Michael Jackson, wake up, Mike.
Yeah. So over here on number 6, okay, I'm just going to do it algebraically for this one. So we've got x's on the same side. I don't need to zero them out. I just have to combine them because they're all on the same side already. So if I have 3 positive x's and 4 negative x's, what am I going to be left with?
Say again.
I've got 3 positive x's, okay, and 4 negative x's.
Oh, you're going to be living 1x.
So I'm going to be left with 1x left, right? And it's going to be actually negative, right? So a negative 1x plus 5, because it doesn't change that number, equals 2x plus 8. Now we're in the same boat that we've been in for our past assignments, right? Okay, Jaden, wake up. I know it's warm in here. Is my thing on cool or is it on warm? Can you see? It's on cool, so you can try to hold the button in for 2 seconds and see if it'll kick the air on. Yeah. Sometimes I'll kick it on for a little while. It may not do much, but it might help. So, which direction do we want to cancel my x's out?
You cancel out the negative.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but yes, I prefer to cancel out the negative x. Right, so we're going to add 1x to both sides so we can get rid of this negative x because we don't want negative x's in the end, right? It doesn't change my ones that are on that side.
I thought you wanted your x on the right side. I mean the left side.
It does not matter. At the end, yes, you'll want to put your x first. But it doesn't matter which direction how you work it out. It doesn't matter. Does that make sense? So because they're equal and it's a scale, you can write them either way. Right? Okay. So now I've got my x's all over here on this side, so I need to get rid of this positive 8. How do I cancel my positive 8?
You put the same amount.
Same amount, but
Different side.
Different sign, right? So if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. So those cancel. Didn't change my 3x. I still have 3x's over there. What is 5 minus 8?
Oh, that's negative 3.
So then if I divide it into 3 groups, how many does 1x equal?
1, I think. Yeah,
a negative 1, right? Because it's a negative 3.
Oh, yeah, negative.
Okay. So x equals negative 1.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a moment to start number 7 on your own. We're going to talk about it, but I want you to take a moment to get it started. You can either start it with algebra tiles, or you can start it algebraically by distributing that negative 3 like we did up top.
You want 7?
Huh?
You want 7?
Number 7, yes. I want you to get it started. So get it started on your own. We're going to talk about it still. Huh?
Oh.
So get your notes all done. I know I was going to do a note check, and then we had a snow day, so I haven't checked notes.
Let's do it. What you do if you got parentheses?
Well, when we were up at the top, remember just this negative 3 gets distributed to the parentheses?
Yo, how many groups do you put? Do you like group them with that number?
What?
If you're drawing the algebra tiles, are you drawing the algebra tiles? Okay, then you would have negative 3 groups of that, which means you'd have to change your signs of what your group is in the parentheses.
Wait, but when we there's 4 X's.
These X's are, yes,
So what do you do with
those,
those?
they're just 4 X's.
You don't put them in a group?
They're in a group by themselves, yes. They don't, that negative 3 doesn't affect them.
What the heck?
Quickly, both of y'all go, why is that?
What?
Both of y'all go. You're not going to the same restroom, right? So yes, y'all can go at the same time.
No, what?
Okay, well, I'm just checking. It's the only reason I make y'all go one at a time so that there's not a bunch of y'all in the same restroom.
I figured that.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what this dude.
Okay, so you gotta move on. You gotta move those. If you did it to one side, you gotta do it to the other.
Exit.
So on this number 7, I'll work it out both ways. Okay. First, I will draw the algebra tile. So I've got 4 positive X's right here. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to do negative 3 groups of this, which means I'm going to change the signs of everything. So it's going to be a negative X and a positive 2. And I'm going to do that 3 times. Negative X, positive 2, negative X, positive 2 equals, right, 5 negative 1s. So that's how you would start it out with the algebra tiles if you're drawing your tiles. If you're doing it algebraically over here, you're still going to have the 4x. It's not going to change. What changes is this negative 3 get distributed. So negative 3x and positive 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And the negative 5 doesn't change. Jaden.
Oh, yeah. Put that negative 5 with that 3. No, you put it. 3 or the 6, one of the 2.
Well, let's combine our x's that are on the same side first. Right? Okay.
I'm here for this all. What you mean? I'm here for this all the time.
Combine our x's on the same side. So we've got 3 positive ones and 3 negative ones that cancel each other out, right?
Yeah, I ain't know that was 6. I ain't looking at it.
So that leaves us just 1x, a positive 1x, plus 6 equals negative 5.
6 with 5. 5 with 6.
Why?
Because you got to zero them out.
We got to zero these out over here. So which means we have to have 6 negative ones to zero out our positive ones. So I'm going to add more negative ones over here, right?
Yeah, zero them out.
So I'm zeroing out, if I'm showing to zero out over here.
6 plus 5 is 11.
So I've got negative 11. That's how many I have over there, right? When I drew it. So 1x equals
We got to draw it.
negative 11. No, you don't. I was just showing it both ways. For some people still like to see the tiles. So I was just showing how it is the same thing.
You got to like write stuff down. I just did it out of my head. That's common sense to me. I ain't doing this.
No. You need to write something down. Either the tiles of your work or the algebra of your work. Okay. So now in this one, if we distribute this 4, okay, if I did it as tiles, I would have 4 groups of a positive x and a negative 1. Let me make that a bit more rectangular. Okay, so 4 groups of 1x, negative 4. So when I distribute over here, I'm going to have 4 x's and negative 4 1s. If I do my other side, it's a negative, okay, negative 2, which means I have to change the signs of everything over here. So on the other side of I'm moving it over now so that I've got more room. So I've got 2 groups of negative x and positive 7. Okay, and another negative x and positive 7. Okay. So I've got 2 groups over here. So I have 2 groups, which are negative 2, gives me negative 2x's and positive 14 1s when I count them all up together.
When do we have a test on this?
Next week.
What? Okay.
So now I want to get all my x's to the same side. So to cancel out my negative 2x's, I need to add 2x's. So over here, it would show 2 positive x's, 2 positive x's on both sides. Okay, those cancel. Did it cancel any of my x's on the other side?
Oh.
No, right? It just canceled these. So I have 6 x's over there now. How do I get rid of these negative 1s on this side?
Zero them out with the same amount on the other side.
Zero them out with the same amount, but I need to make them positives. Right, so I added 4, got to add 4 to the other side. So added 4, added 4. It didn't change my x's at all. It only changes how many 1s I have on the other side. Because it canceled all of those out. So how many is 1x? How do I figure that out?
9. No.
Not 9.
3.
I've got to divide both sides by 6. So
3.
x equals
3.
3.
Oh.
X equals 3.
Extra.
You may. Thank you for waiting for me to finish the notes. Okay, so you have an assignment now. I don't think I have the answers in Go Formative yet. I'll get them on there in just a second so you can get them put in.
Right.